Games Girl here, and hello and welcome to another speed build video with The Sims 4. Alright you guys, so in the last part of my Get to Work Let's Play, which was part number 18, I spent a fair bit of time in build mode, and doing so after I was done filming made me think, you know what, I don't even really like the look of this house anymore. It started out as a starter home, of course, but my Sims need more than a starter home now. So I decided that Anastasia and Richard took one look at it, saw that their daughter's pregnant, and they're like, not happening. So they gave them a bunch of money, which is why I've got lots and lots of funds, and I kept cheating throughout this as I kept running out of money. And I built Rosemarie and Kyle this house. And this is a very contemporary / modern home, however you want to say that. And that's why I did this with the roof. I don't really know if the roof particularly looks all that modern, but I tried, dang it, I tried. I'm not too familiar with how to do roofing on more contemporary, modern type houses. But anyway, I built this thing and I love the result. I really do like the way that this turned out. And this is extremely random, but the windows made me think of it, and I actually put curtains in this house. Like, I almost never put curtains in my houses in The Sims. Mostly because they block so much lighting and kind of make it hard to see in the house, to be perfectly honest, but I put curtains in this house when I eventually furnish it later on. But yeah, I put two different kinds of windows on here, the 3-paneled ones and the single ones. And later on, the upper story windows are going to be moving upwards, and I'm going to actually start this build where I usually end my builds. And what I mean by that is that I'm going to... Okay, that really pissed me off, that you can't build right on the very edge of the lot, which made it so that I couldn't make that walkway look quite right, which made me angry, but you know. Please, Sim Team, make it so we can build to the very edge of the lot. That would be nice. Thank you. I, for one, would be very appreciative of that. But yeah, I didn't actually stick with that I put on it, because I looked at the other houses around it and it just didn't look right at all, because every house around it is very traditional, so I made the exterior of it look a little bit more traditional than I had it originally looking. But yeah, anyways, I put in all the landscaping and fencing and stuff before I actually did the interior of the house at all. And that's usually what I do last, so that was very interesting. But this ended up being very different from how I normally do the yards for my houses. Because of the weird shape of this particular lot, I put in two different sides. So there's not really a back and a front yard, there's a left and a right yard though, basically. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to call this the left yard, just because it's on the left-hand side of the house. And this side is more geared towards the adults that are in this household, because there's currently only 2 Sims in this house, but Rosemarie's pregnant, as I stated at the beginning of this video, because this is for my Get to Work Let's Play for Rosemarie and Kyle to live in, and since Rose is about to have a baby, I figured they needed a better house. And, this is the side for the adults, basically, because it has the pool, it has a grill, I put in tables for them to hang out at and, like, have parties and stuff, so that they can be, like, all social and stuff, because Rosemarie is a materialistic Sim, which is another reason why I decided to give them a really nice house, and why I figured that her mom and dad would just be like, okay, here, have a chunk of change, and go for it. Because her parents are also materialistic, at least her mom is. But anyway, I put that stone thing there with the stereo, which I think looks super nice. And I put in a tree, I think. No, I moved that tree, and I put in a different one somewhere else. There we go. I put it on the corner of the lot, because you can at least put trees on the edge, but why you can't put fences is beyond me. It's so stupid. Please change that, guys. Please, Sims Team, please fix that. It annoys the heck out of me. Anyway, and the right-hand side of the yard, this side, is the side that's mainly for the kids. And this side has the jungle gym pirate ship thingy, and it also has the monkey bars. And on this side of the yard, I also ended up putting in quite a few flowers and stuff. And I did some work with the landscaping here for the grass right around the pirate ship, just because it looked like there was a little too much dirt at first. So I had to do some work with the grass around it to make it look like some grass had grown in and whatnot nearby the pirate ship, just making it look a little teeny bit more realistic. And then I love how this part of the house turned out. Like, oh my goodness, I'm in love with it. But I really happen to like lavender and lilac and that kind of thing in real life quite a lot. So I put that in right here because I figured that it would fit really nicely and it would look good. So I put in a bunch of lavender right up here, and I put dirt in front underneath it and saved, because I save a lot because I'm terrified of losing my work. Oh, let's be real. And I put in a bar over here, so this is how we really know it's the adult side of the yard, basically. And at first those chairs were orange, but then I'm like, you know what, I'll just make everything match over here, because I feel like that would be Rosemarie. That's just her style, really, would be to make everything match. So, excuse me, I made the bar stools be yellow like the umbrellas on the tables and the chairs over there. And here's where I started to put in some more landscaping stuff, like more plant life and whatnot over here. And oh gosh, guys, I'm in love with how this flower arrangement over here turned out, because I not only put in multiple different colors of flowers so that it was really, well, colorful, for lack of a different term, but then I also added in these flowers from the stuff pack thingy-majiggy, no, not stuff pack, game pack, outdoor retreat, yeah, that's what it's called. And I put in all these bushes over here, but I will change their color momentarily so that not all of them are just pink. And that adds a really nice touch to it, because I felt like since this is the kid side of the yard, it should be really fun, playful, colorful, and all that. And what better way to make things more colorful than with plants, of course. So, and then I scooched them over a little bit closer to the side of the house so that it would give the Sims more room to walk over there. But yeah, I really liked how there was like a mix of really natural plants like the lavender and lilac stuff and the wildflowers, along with the very obviously manicured bushes that are right up against the wall. And let's see, I put in that tree right over there, and I put some dirt underneath it, and then I was just looking around to see if there was anything else I wanted to do with the landscaping, and I decided that I was done for the moment. And here is where I move on to the interior of the house. And I was just scooching the lavender bush thingy out of the wall because it was awkwardly creeping into the house, and that was just strange. But yeah, here I actually took inspiration from a couple of different builds that I've done in relatively recent days anyway, in this build. So on the upper level, I started out by just putting in objects to represent where everything was going to be, like I always do, and that ended up making things really difficult on the top level, but basically I struggle an enormous amount to figure out the layout of the top level of the house, but once I got it, I got it. But anyway, here, I like how this turned out on the bottom level a lot. So I took inspiration from a build I did for my SimSelf family a while back, not on this. I didn't make a video of it because this was the family home. I did a video of the starter home for that though. And these couches will change color from being purple, don't worry. Because I made the walls practically a shade of purple, so yeah. And I put a fireplace underneath the TV in the front there, and I really, really like how that turned out. And I decided that I should put the master bedroom directly above said living room, and then that I would put the fireplace right above where the fireplace downstairs was. And I will move it around a fair bit, but then it'll go right back to where it currently is. And that's mainly due to the fact I had no idea where the llamas to put everything as far as the layout of the upstairs, like I said before. So don't mind all this confusion and wandering around and stuff in this part of the video, because I figured out eventually what I was going to do. And when I figured it out, it was beautiful. But yeah, that part where I just moved the crib to does end up being the child's bedroom. And, oh my goodness, I can't believe how long it took me to figure out what to do with this area, but, oh gosh, it took forever. Oh man, once I got it though, it was good. But anyway, I decided that since Kyle is a very athletic sim, and actually so's Rosemary, come to think of it, I put in a exercise room down there. And I decided that the doors in this house should be glass doors. And the main reason for that is because of the whole fact that it's supposed to be a very contemporary, modern type of house. And the fact that I feel like that's just Rose's taste, and she's the primary decorator of this house, as you may have guessed. You'll really guess that when we get to the master bathroom, because it's going to be mostly pink. It's going to have a pink, white, and black theme, and it is so gorgeous. I love how it turned out. And I'm not sure if Kyle would feel comfortable using that bathroom, but he's going to learn for the sake of his wife. And I also like how this bathroom downstairs turned out. It's really nice. And if I recall correctly, I didn't put this house on the gallery yet, but if you guys want me to, just let me know in the comment section and I'll totally do that for you guys. And, my username in Origin or whatever is lady_Saluna. So yeah, I will put an annotation on the screen or something like that, or I might just have a little caption on the screen with my username if you guys want to download this, or any of my other houses really, but yeah. That's just a little note to self there, and so if you guys want to download it, yeah. Oh goodness. But anyway, here I'm designing the downstairs bathroom, and this house takes quite a lot of stuff from the Spa Day game pack, because I'm in love with that game pack. And there's a lot of stuff from the base game too, and some stuff from Outdoor Retreat, and there's some stuff from Get to Work. I just used some of everything I had, really, because those are the ones that I have in my game right now. And speaking of like game packs and expansion packs and stuff like that, the new expansion pack Get Together actually came out today, on the day that I'm filming this commentary anyway. Because I did this build last night, but then, well, actually yesterday afternoon, but whatever, technicalities. But from what I've seen, it looks like it'll be a really good expansion pack, so that should be nice to see. And let's see, here I'm starting to put in the curtains like I talked about before, and saving the game, of course. And let's see here, I was trying to pick a rug to put into that bathroom. And saving again, because paranoia about losing my game and everything minimizing or, like, randomly quitting on me. Oh gosh. But this particular part of the build, where I have that one wall with the TV on it, and, like, other stuff on one side instead of having, like, completely separated rooms, that, as I said before, was inspired by the family home I built for my sim self and my sim boyfriend, who's based off my real boyfriend. Oh, goodness. But anyway, because he's really into this whole, like, super open type of build stuff, so that's where I got the idea for this build from in that regard, because it works really well in a very modern home. And I just put the rose thing there that they got from one of their dates that they went on, and I put it in a microwave there, and I moved the rose thing another time, I believe. I think I moved it to the fireplace in the end, but I digress. And over here I decided would be the perfect spot to put in the dining table, which is also the kitchen table, because we don't really have a kitchen table necessarily, but the dining table works just fine for that, of course. And there's plenty of room for Rose and Kyle to entertain guests in this house, which is good because they're not necessarily socialites per se, but being materialistic, I feel like Rosemarie would want to have lots of parties to show off her wealth and whatnot, and especially when her baby comes, I feel like once her baby ages up into a child or teenager or whatever, they're probably going to want to have parties and stuff. So yeah, that's why I decided to make this, like, really open and friendly for throwing parties and stuff. And gosh dang it, I want to throw more parties in my LP. So that's the other reason. That's the real reason I did this. And the main reason I did this build is because, like I said, I was getting, starter home just wasn't really cutting it anymore for where I'm at in the LP. Oh, and here I'm adding in all the lighting and whatnot. And I love the way that these look. They look so, I don't know, for lack of a better way to put it, feng shui or feng shui, I don't even know, or zen or something. I don't know, I feel like I'm half making up words here. Oh gosh, but I took those out of the bathrooms and instead put in those beautiful sconces that came from Get to Work. Oh goodness, excuse me. But yeah, here I'm putting in more glass doors, and before anyone wonders how the hey my Sims are supposed to have any privacy whatsoever if they have glass doors to all of the rooms in their house, do not worry, my friends, do not worry. I made it so that, oh, here's where I start moving the fireplace around, and then I'll move it back again later, but yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. See, there, I moved that out a little bit and then moved that over so that the fireplace could go back where it should be. Or at least where I originally had it. Oops. Nicely done, self. Oh my goodness. So much messing around and being confused in this build. Oh man, but this is the final layout for the upstairs. And also for the downstairs. So that's the final layout as far as where the walls go and stuff, so that worked out. But I don't remember what I was saying before. Oh well, I hope it wasn't too important. Oh dear, I've only had one cup of coffee so far, so if I make no bloody sense, please forgive me. Oh dear. And this is where I realized, okay, the walls have a bit of a purplish sheen to them, like kind of purplish brown, like almost mauve, but a bit darker. I'm not really sure what you would call that color, but it's like brownish purple, but it looks very good. Excuse me. And anyway, here I'm putting in the walls for most of the house, including the gym area. And let's see, oh yeah, I decided to put in a bright orange feature wall into the gym. And I put much paler orange in the rest of the gym. And I put yellow walls, pale yellow walls, for the whole eating area. And left the rest of it with that dark brown purple color. I don't know, I'm gonna call it mauve in the rest of this if I feel the need to refer to it, but it's not really mauve, it's... what is that color called? I don't know what that bloody color is called. That's gonna drive me crazy. If you know what that color is called, please let me know. I'm dying to know. Oh, and here's where I decided to put in a game table. Because I figured that they would want to play games and stuff, and playing card games in The Sims 4 builds up your Sims' logic skill, and since Rosemarie's in the business career, she's going to need logic skill. So I figured that that would be a fun way to help build that up, especially with when the kid comes, and just as a bonding experience for their family in general. Especially since she's always inviting over her parents and sisters. Oh man. But oh my gosh, these little things from the base game, those little nightstand table thingies, I don't know what the hey they are, but they look so cute there. And I changed their color to be something else. I don't honestly remember off the top of my head what color I made them. I think they stayed as red, because right now they're dark purple, but then I changed their color a couple times. I changed it to blue for a bit there, and then I'm just like, oh my god, my eyeballs are dying. No, I can't do it. I just couldn't take it. And then I decided to decorate the mantelpiece, or the mantelpiece, or whatever the heck you want to call it, but yeah. And I put a bunch of books up there, trophy from Rose's business career, like some sales award or something. Because I put a lot of in the family inventory before doing this build, as you guys may have noticed, from their starter home. Stuff that I didn't want to get rid of or didn't want to have to rebuy. So that's why I keep going back to the family inventory and why there's stuff in there when I'm doing this build. But yeah, and then let's see, I found the knives for the kitchen. Hello, Bugs! Bugs is one of my cats. He just jumped up onto my desk. Oh, didn't you, Buggy? Mwah. He's so cute. I just kissed him. I love him. Oh goodness, now I'm holding him, so hopefully he won't cause too much mayhem in this video, because he was asleep when I started, so... oh dear, darn cat. But oh, here I'm putting in a little table because I felt like that space was really empty. So I was just putting some more like clutter items and whatnot, just to make it look a bit nicer and more lived in and a little bit more realistic, I guess. And I put in that gardening box there because I plan to make them maybe do gardening, or at least we can pretend that they have to do some gardening with all the plants that are on the property. Like with the lavender and all the other plants, like all the flowers and whatnot. Okay, and let's see. Oh my gosh, my foot is falling asleep. Ow. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh yeah, and here I was filling out the whole dining area, and I decided to put in that little bookcase and put one exactly like it opposite, so that there's those two twin bookcases. I'll let you out in a bit, Bugs. Quit clawing my door. Oh, goodness. But anyway, here I'm putting in a plant in the corner to fill in that space. And then there's some dining room specific items that you can put in that corner, and that was one of them that I found that I felt fit that spot pretty well. I know that there's another one in the game, but that was the first one I found, so I just left it in there. And here's where I decided, you know what? This is gonna have curtains. This whole thing is gonna have curtains. And then I saved because I was like, no, I don't like those curtains. And also because I decided that this space would be the main office as well as the yoga area. And I put in that beautiful bright yellow rug, and then I had completely forgotten to save the yoga mats as far as I recall from the starter home. So I was trying to figure out where the heck I could put them. And then I realized, you know what? They can overlap a little bit with that yellow rug with no problem. And then I put in a bonsai tree in the corner there. So this is going to be a nice zen little office. I know I keep saying zen, and I apologize for the fact that I keep overusing that word, but I can't really think of another descriptive term to describe it other than like, oh, maybe peaceful and like tranquil. There we go. Come on, Rachel, you're a writer, you could think of words. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. But anyway, here I'm just decorating it some more, just adding some more little clutter items to make it more realistic. And that plant that I put on the bookcase back there, I'd never seen before, but apparently it came with the Christmassy holiday themey stuff pack thingy. I say holiday-y because it also came with a menorah and something for Kwanzaa, I think. I don't know what they're I don't know what they are. Oh dear. But anyway, I'm building the kids' room now, which is pretty much a conglomeration of a nursery along with a child's bedroom, because there are no toddlers in this game, which is extremely stupid. They really need to put in toddlers. Gosh dang it, that is my #1 complaint with this game, is that there are no toddlers. Because they're my favorite age group, gosh dang it. I love the toddlers in The Sims. I play with them so much in The Sims 3. I love toddlers. But anyway, in this particular room, I put in a little reading area where they can like read to the baby or whatever, and a desk and a bunch of toys for when the baby ages up into a child. And I tried to make this the most gender-neutral nursery, like, in history, pretty much. So I made everything be like green and yellow, and just like it could go well with a boy or a girl either way. And I will make it much more gender specific once the child is actually born, because at this point the baby is still in the womb, so I have no idea if it'll be a boy or a girl. Oh dear. Speaking of, if you people have name suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video or the Get to Work videos. Either way, that'd be fine with me. I see them either way, But yeah, so this nursery is going to get a lot more specialized once the baby's actually born. But in the meanwhile, I just put these little pictures here and like made everything like all yellows and greens, like I said. But oh my gosh, I was having the worst struggle of my friggin' life trying to get these stupid things to line up, those pictures, but I finally got it. Oh, excuse me, I'm slightly sniffly right now, I don't know why. Yeah. And then this is where I realized that not all the upstairs windows were level with one another, which was quite awkward. So I went ahead and fixed that, as well as, putting in the heck are they called? Putting in the curtains and stuff. There we go. That's what they're called, Rachel. Come on, get with it. Oh dear. And here I was like trying to find different curtains and stuff that I could put in there that would make sense, but those ones worked the best, I thought. And then I put those white curtains. I know that they look like a really ugly shade of like beige or yellow, but that's just because of the lighting in this game. The lighting in The Sims 4 is absolutely terrible sometimes. So things look like any sort of white looks weird in this game, which makes me sad, but it's a thing. Oh, Rosemary randomly completed a milestone of wanting to be really rich. Oh dear. Oh dear. Anyway, and here I was putting in like pictures for the walls and stuff. Just trying to make everything look a little bit nicer and moving that little accent table off of the curtains so that it wasn't like clipping through the curtains or anything. And then here I put in the pictures for the kitchen. And then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the dining room and with the gym. And at first I put in these like sports related posters like this one, and in a moment I'll find it. There it is. But I figured, you know what, those look like they have giant tape or really big pushpin thumbtack type things on them, and it just didn't look good, so I got rid of them. And here I decided to make this a brown and red themed bedroom, which I'm not sure I've ever done before. But I often put red in my bedrooms because red is sexy. But anyway, here I found little night tables that worked well. And I put in those candles because Rosemarie is romantic, so of course she's going to want to, well, I don't think she actually has the romantic trait, but I figured I'd give them a nice romantic bedroom anyway. And here I start working on the bathroom, it looks like. Yeah, both the bathrooms. The main bathroom for their eventual soon-to-be child, and also for them for their ensuite. Now, the main bathroom up here is just plain and white and rather boring, actually, but I figured that since it's a kid's bathroom, it doesn't really matter that much. It's the kid bathroom / office's bathroom or whatever. But this bathroom's got lots of personality compared to the other one, and I love it. And I don't know how Kyle would feel using such a pink and girly bathroom, but you know what? He's gonna deal. He's just gonna have to deal with it. Oh, goodness gracious. But anyway, here I'm putting in the toilet paper, because that's always important, of course. And I decided to put in those counters from Spot A, because I love those counters from Spot A. And I noticed that it was clipping through the window, or like slightly covering it, and that bothered me. So that's why I decided to move the sink over to that side and put the counters over on the opposite end of the bathroom so that they wouldn't be like covering up the window at all, because that looked really strange to me. And here I'm putting in a little hand towel and just general decorations and stuff for the bathroom, and I moved that over so that it wasn't clipping through the other towels. And let's see, did I leave that robe there? I think I just left that robe there, but yeah. And trying to find some nice decorative items for there, and I made those flowers be yellow because that was a color that wasn't already in the bathroom, and I felt like making them like pink or purple or whatever just would be overkill considering how much pink's already in there. Excuse me. But I used this dresser for the first time ever. I don't think I've ever used this dresser in any build I've ever done before. So hello dresser I've never seen, how are ya? And I put those two big mirrors behind it, and I put that red mirror over there. And at first I put in this couch, which you'll see I will replace with a love seat in time, and we'll put at the end of that bed, which is something that I actually did in the family home that I recently uploaded a speed build of, but that build, the version that's on YouTube anyway, the version I actually filmed, I only did one story. But on my own time, I added a second story, and so you guys haven't actually seen me do this before, as far as I can recall anyway. So what I did at the foot of this bed here with the whole fireplace and TV and little couch and stuff, and also with this little built-in closet area, which is gorgeous! This stuff I did in the upper level of that build, which I haven't shown because I did that on my own time in my current household. But yeah, that's part of why I decided to do that in this build, because not only does it look darn good, but also because that sim is materialistic, Rosemarie is materialistic, and I felt that it just made perfect sense and looked really good. So here I'm building Rose's closet, which actually has some stuff for Kyle in it too. But I decided to take out one of the man clothes thing, options or whatever, and I replaced it with more female clothes. So there's one thing of male clothes in there and 3 of female clothes because Rosemarie and stereotypes. Mostly because Rosemarie's super materialistic and likes clothes though. But anyway, here I'm just adding some more little clutter items and whatnot, and also that little incense thing. I'm gonna use that in the LP, hopefully. Hopefully I remember to actually use it. And there I was just checking to make sure that the nail polish wasn't, like, floating or anything awkward like that. Because I've had that happen before, and it was very strange, where I just was in-game and noticed, oh, the nail polish is literally floating in midair. That does not look normal. Okay! And at this point, I thought I was done, but then I realized, oh yeah, I haven't finished this bathroom. Oops. So first I was gonna put in 2 robes there, but did I leave 2? No, I only put in 1. And then I put in a towel over the bathtub right there. And then I put in that bath mat, and then I put in a shower here as well, so that the child will be able to shower or take a bath, either way. And also because for some reason, with the Spa Day game pack, your Sims have the option of doing soaks, so they can, like, soak in mud or rose petals, I think, and, like, lavender and stuff like that, depending on what they want, and they have to pay a small fee to do that, but it really relaxes them and whatnot and puts them in different good moods. And you can't do that in a tub that is also a shower, for some reason. I don't know why. It makes no sense at all. But for some reason you can only do that in a bathtub that is purely a bathtub and not a shower as well. Go figure. But anyway, I moved downstairs now, and I felt that this area was really, like, under-decorated. So I put in this stuff here, and I put the sports stuff on that little bottom shelf there because my Sims like to work out. And I figured that having that equipment there would really suit them. And let's see here, I was just looking at the outside, and we're about to go into the screenshots soon, but I decided to show off that main bit there. But yeah, this is Rosemarie and Kyle King's new house, you guys. So yeah, I'm going to be ending this video here once the screenshots are done showing. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Please be sure to give this video a like and to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. And I will be seeing you all in the next video, you guys.